Purpose is bullshit.
Okay. So what do you call it? Becoming.
No,
No.
there is no such thing as purpose. Purpose is something that was invented in capitalism for unhealed overachievers to continue to work and break themselves to build the riches for a few white men.
Is
If
it
you want,
meaning?
I don't know. Okay. I personally don't think there's any inherent meaning. Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that there is any inherent meaning or purpose of you being here. I don't actually think that I was raised Buddhist, and I don't think that personally, my own little take in this speck of the universe, that I chose to be reincarnated in this time. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
think that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very liberating to me, by the way, because you can't mess it up. You can't miss out on your purpose. You can't fuck it up. Okay. You just can't. There's
Well,
not
then
some,
what's all the work, even if it's inner work, not Emmy work or
yeah,
TED work?
yeah.
What is all the inner work for
Or
then?
then, I don't know, Dr. Sarah. What do you think?
I
What the
I
fuck is it for then?
I don't know.
So, this is part of my coaching, right? I'm not going to
Yeah.
help you go build a kingdom on sand. And if you want to build a kingdom just so more people clap for you, I'm not your person. There are lots
Mm-hmm.
of coaches and lots of authors and lots of speakers who will tell you that that's it. And that's great. There are plenty of people out there for them. I'm not interested in helping you be one more influencer. I'm interested in helping you become someone of influence in this world. And the only way to do that is by you becoming more you. And if you think that you have to chase your big purpose in this world, it's not going to work.
So it is becoming then. That is sort of
Yeah.
the end all be all of the journey.
Like, why would we say, oh, you know what? Beautiful old ass redwood tree. What's your purpose? How do you find meaning? We don't. We let a tree just be a fucking tree. A deep, beautiful, amazing tree that is super connected to all the other trees through an entire network that we as humans are just beginning to discover their language. By the way, trees have language. The way that they build an entire ecosystem around each tree and then as a community and as a whole. And we never say that tree isn't living up to its potential. So why the fuck do we do it to ourselves? I'm not
Well, why do
available
you, right, but why do you get up every day and do your podcast and write your
because it
book?
feels good.
Right. But it feels good. Why?
Why does it feel good to do my
Yeah.
podcast?
Yeah.
Because I know that I have something worth saying and I have stuffed it down for so long that there's a lot in there to say.
So it's a
Someday,
creative sort of outlet.
expression,
Yes.
right? But
Okay.
like Forrest Gump, I completely hold the right that someday, just like how he just started running and then he ran for no reason. And everybody else wanted to attach a reason why Forrest Gump was running. He was running to protest the war. He was running for happiness, right? And he was like, I'm running because I like running. And then one day he stopped because he didn't want to run anymore. Why can't I give myself that same permission? I have this podcast because it feels good. I like it. I like helping people. It feels like a natural expression. I reserve the right at any point to not podcast anymore because it doesn't feel good and I don't want to do it.
Got it.
I reserve the right to change my mind at any given time that I want. For instance, I built a very lucrative, beautiful business that I'm very proud of. Over the past 2 years, I started literally from scratch. I had $10,000 in my bank account. I had a lot of privileges that I talk about very openly that helped me to start this business. But I also had straight up sheer talent and became really fucking good. I never thought I'd be a business person, by the way. Like, I don't have an MBA. I am not a Dr. Sarah. I'm not a PhD. I was a journalist, okay? Who, by the way, thought
A
because I'd gone
great
to,
one.
thank you. I was.
Yeah.
I was a great journalist, but I was that one thing. And the industry makes you think that you can only, your skills don't translate. That, like, that's the only thing you can ever do. You went to school for it. You're too old to change, which is like hilarious to me now. Like, I was 32. Like, calm down. But like, you're too old. It's too late. You're too much, right? All the things that all of us accept as being the narrative. So I didn't have this a lot of confidence. I needed this. This business helped to shape who the woman that you see today. I am here because of who I became in the process of the business, not the business itself. The business itself is a gift for everyone else. My gift is that I became this woman, right? The goal of building $1 million business, I wasn't her. I couldn't build $1 million business when I started. I had to become her in the process.
Do you think we, as midlife women, speaking for listeners and myself, do you think sometimes having an external structure, like going to give a TEDx talk, you're going to do these 600 things for 6 months or whatever,
Yeah.
it gives you sort of this external framework from which to go on. Like a lot of people take yoga certification classes or
Yeah.
meditation certification classes. And you're not saying that finding an external structure to become who you want to become is necessarily or inherently bad.
No.
You're saying, because you can't just wake up every day and go, yeah, I'm going to become me today. Like
No.
sometimes you need a structure.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. Especially if you are an overachiever, recovering perfectionist type A person. Okay. The difference is that I don't hold a certain outcome with the same weight I used to.
Got it.
Okay. So like even if I'm saying that this is new to me too. Okay. I'm saying like I've been doing this for like maybe 6 months. When I say new, I mean new. I am fresh on this. Okay. But like when I first said I wanted to, after my TED Talks, I was like, okay, what's next? Right. Like, all right, I'm gonna write some books. I want to do that. That feels authentic to me. And that's just like that gut check that I'm talking about. Like, is this a fuck yes or a fuck no? And if it's anywhere in between, then it's a fuck no because it takes everything in you. And as I started to write, I decided I needed to pause. A lot was coming up for me. And one of the biggest pieces was that I felt that unless this book, when I was really honest with myself, unless this book became a New York Times bestseller, unless this book became the next like Eat, Pray, Love, I was a failure. Well, that's not going to work, is it? So
No.
I had to get to a place and coach myself to get to a place where I was okay that I was doing it just as an expression for me. I had to say, I'm going to continue to do another part of my business that makes money, and I'm not going to ask this book to make me money. I had to say, I'm okay that as long as every sentence on here is my full fucking truth. I'm not scared that that might mean that I'm going to piss someone off or I'm not going to get the publisher I want or what have you. That has to be my benchmark for success. Do I want it to be, the next whatever book? Sure, because I know that it could really change people's lives and it's going to be really a positive impact in this world. But that's not up to me.
And I think it
That's not my
also goes
job.
to that idea, like part of how I've gotten to do this podcast for myself was it's like this idea of being scared but doing it anyway.
Oh,
Like, of course
100%.
I'm scared. Like, of course I'm 46 years old going, hi, I have a new Instagram and a new podcast. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but come listen and tell all your friends. Like, oh
Of
my
course
God.
we're nervous.
Yeah. And I'm just here to say to women, like, look, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm
Neither
doing
do
it.
I.
And like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to become Brene Brown tomorrow. I'm not going to have 4 million downloads, but I feel like I'm expressing myself and my own internal sort of, struggles and thoughts and inner work. And so many people are responding and saying, like, wait, me too. Like, thank you so much for being so relatable. Thank you for talking about the things that we want to talk about, but nobody really wants to ask.
And
You
by the way,
know?
when was that not success? And
I
why is that
know.
not enough?
I don't know.
So the only way that it can be is if you just say it is. So for
Exactly. And
instance,
that's what I did.
yeah, one of the things for me is I started this podcast and I still have never listened to an episode. I press record, I send it off, and I never hear it again. I don't know my metrics. I don't know how many people watch. I just have the team tell me, like, oh, you're having good listen through rates. I still don't even know what that means. That's fine. I'm at that
Yeah.
stage because I will get obsessed with my metrics. I
It's
will start
funny
to doubt
because
myself.
I do the same exact thing. I don't even weigh myself.
Oh, I don't. Oh. Oh no, don't
I
weigh
haven't,
yourself.
no, but I'm saying I haven't weighed myself since, I mean, my son is 17, since before. And when I would go to the gynecologist, the OB, I'd be like, don't tell me. He's
Me
like, are
too.
you
Don't tell
fucking
me.
eating donuts? I'm like, okay, thanks, you know?
Yeah. Oh God. We could talk about, I could talk, we could have a whole episode about that. But
But
like,
I just can't follow those metrics because otherwise you
mhm,
would never get up in the morning. It's like one
exactly.
day it's like you have 40 likes and one day you have 728. But if you took that in and internalized it every day, you would never get anything done. You would never do anything.
No, because that's the part of the thing where I was saying, like, who am I outside of the ratings? Have I ever actually seen myself? And I hadn't. I hadn't. And here's the interesting thing. I was so sure that this prescribed journey was going to get me to be a network anchor by 30, right? That was my first goal. And all I wanted was my own show on CNN. I wanted to be like the Christiane Amanpour, if anybody knows who that is. But like I wanted to be like the
Yes.
Diane Sawyer, fucking badass person. And it didn't happen. And it wasn't until I quit TV, gave a TED Talk barefoot, dyed my hair pink, and suddenly I'm on CNN. Suddenly they're like, and I'm doing it from this office. I don't have to go to a set. I stopped starving myself. I have fucking pink hair and a nose ring, and I'm in yoga pants. And suddenly now CNN wants
But
to
is
have
that
me on.
because you're more aligned?
Yeah,
And what the
because
fuck does aligned mean?
it's a full
Because
body fuck yes that only you can answer. It's like,
because
is this
alignment
really
is
me?
like it's like the divine feminine. It's like everybody's talking about it, but I don't know if we're all talking about the same thing.
Yeah. So my version of aligned is like, is this my honest truth? You can't bullshit yourself. You can try, but eventually, that's what I'm saying when you say, I don't know what I'm doing. No, you do.
Or
You're
if it's
not
just I
doing
don't want to
this.
be doing
Yeah.
this.
Why is that
Yeah.
not enough of an answer? You do. You exactly know that it's not this. That's what you know right now. You don't have to know more than that.
So for example, if you're an empty nester, your kids just went off to college and you're in your house and your husband's at work and you've been a stay-at-home mom for 1,000 years and you're like,
Yeah.
what's next for me, Abs?
I would ask yourself a really beautiful question. What do you not want to do anymore? I sure as fuck don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. What else do you not want to feel? Who are the people that you surround yourself with because you think you should, but that are draining your energy every time you're with them? You roll your eyes. Oh God, there's Karen again. Let me pretend to like put my garbage can back so
Right.
I don't have to talk to her, right? Like there's a list. Don't lie. There's a list of shit that you don't want to do anymore. Maybe it's that you don't actually want to put on a full like thing of makeup every day just to go to the grocery store so that you're quote acceptable.
Or the
Maybe,
opposite.
yeah.
Maybe you want to get out of your frumpy, lumpy sweatpants,
And
no
you are just like,
judgment, and you
I
want to
want
put
to
makeup on and you want to feel hot just for yourself.
literally just for yourself, which is why I don't wear underwear with jeans because it
Right.
feels fucking good. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all. I hope some of you send me some really cute pictures of you drinking a martini, having your rosé. You do
Doing your
you, boo.
Sharon Stone.
And tell me how good that shit feels. That's the other thing. You're sitting there, you're like, you know what? They don't know. I don't even have underwear on right now. And
It's your sexy.
tell me that you're not going to be like, I'm a bad bitch. Like a little bit inside of you is like, you know what? I probably never will. Because, I'm Carol. I'm an empty nester. I want to own that I live in like Nantucket or whatever. But like, Carol, don't tell me at 55, you sitting there with no underwear and your jeans, and you're like, you know what? I could see how somebody would have sex in a bathroom. I could see that now because I'm that bad bitch.